Hello, little ones. Now, have you ever been caught in a rainstorm? Well, today, so was Barnaby. It started as a perfectly lovely morning in the forest. The birds were singing, the flowers were open, and Barnaby was buzzing along, minding his own business. But then he looked up. The sky, which had been a beautiful bright blue, was turning grey. Dark grey. Very dark grey indeed. "Uh-oh," said Barnaby. Splash! A raindrop the size of Barnaby's entire head fell from the sky and landed right next to him. Then another and another. Barnaby reached into his little backpack and pulled out the tiniest, most adorable umbrella you have ever seen. It was yellow with black stripes, obviously. "Right," he said firmly. "Time to find shelter." Did you know bees cannot fly properly in heavy rain? Raindrops are actually very large and heavy compared to a bee's body. Getting hit by one is a bit like us being hit by a water balloon. Barnaby spotted a large hollow tree nearby and flew over as fast as his wings could carry him. Peering out from a hole near the top was Mr. Owl, looking very cosy indeed. "Mr. Owl," called Barnaby, "any chance of shelter?" Mr. Owl looked apologetic. "I'm terribly sorry, Barnaby," he hooted. "Full house today. Mrs. Owl, the Owlets, and Great Aunt Edna are all in here already." Barnaby nodded politely and flew on. The rain was getting heavier now. He was getting rather wet. And then he spotted it. A giant, broad green leaf, curved just like a tent, keeping a perfect dry patch underneath. And sheltering beneath it, looking very pleased with himself, was a small green tree frog. "Excuse me," said Barnaby. "Room for a little one?" The frog looked at him, then looked at the rain, then shuffled along with a cheerful grin. "Hop in, mate." They sat together, listening to the rain drumming on the leaf above them. It was actually rather nice. But Barnaby began to shiver, so he did something rather clever. He rubbed his fuzzy legs together, faster and faster, and slowly he began to feel warmer. Did you know bumblebees can actually vibrate their flight muscles to generate heat? It's a bit like shivering, but on purpose. They can even warm up their hive on cold days by doing this. The frog watched, deeply impressed. "Handy trick," he said. "Very handy," agreed Barnaby. And then, just as suddenly as it had started, the rain stopped. The clouds parted, and stretching across the whole sky in the most brilliant colours you can imagine was a rainbow. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. Barnaby and the frog stared at it in silence for a moment. "Beautiful," said the frog quietly. "Right then," said Barnaby, shaking his wings dry like a tiny wet dog. The frog laughed. "Back to work!" Barnaby buzzed cheerfully and flew off towards the freshly washed flowers. Rain or shine, a bee's work is never done. Good night, little frog. Good night, Barnaby. Good night, little ones.